you
Right, this is my game. I'm calling it Challenge Me for now. So, do you think you're up for the challenge? So, the objective is it's simplistic mechanically and visually. It's going to be challenging, and I want the challenge to be modular, so it's going to randomly select a challenge you're given, and the difficulty will vary depending on random factors. I want it to be replayable, and I want it to be short and sweet. So, it's for people on the move, so if they're going around, going to work, going to college, etc., they're going to pick it up, they can play for a few minutes, and they can put it back down. So, market research, I found there's two main games that were on the market. The cattle clickers, which basically you build your infrastructure, you collect resources, you build more infrastructure, etc., just cycles like that. And then we have the skill games, so you have your Flappy Bird, you have Don't Touch the Spikes, you have Temple Run, etc. My audience are casual gamers, and people, again, short and sweet, people who are on the move, and I want it to be simplistic. Similar games, I've gone through that. Short description of story doesn't matter really, but it's an entity seeking people looking for a challenge, takes them in, and then throws challenges at them. Gameplay example is player starts the game, they're presented a challenge, and challenge random, etc. The setting is a geometrical, digital, kind of Tron style to it. So everything's geometrical shapes, and there's a lot of emitters on everything. The team is skill, and I've gone through everything else there. This is my mood board, so again we have Tron, we have some geometrical shapes. This is the inspiration for my background as well as this. The game is also heavily inspired by the combat system in Undertale, and then more geometrical shapes, some examples of what I've drawn up here, and then other inspirations as well. This is kind of a prototype for my main character. I'm probably going to iterate on this more, maybe separate everything into separate shapes and go on from there. And then these are some of my level elements. I have a platform and I have a spike wall which is going to crush a player, hopefully. This is my background. I'm going to change the colors for this, but that's what it looks like currently. And these are the technical specs, but we can just gloss over that. So code, so the main character is going to have movement and collisions, so the enemies also have movement, collisions, and spawn rate. The world will have a level manager to call upon which levels are going to be selected to generate the difficulty, etc. Then the GUI is obviously going to have score and movement buttons, and splash screen will have their buttons as well. This is my schedule. Currently the important assets are complete at the moment, which is you've just seen. I want to get the level manager working next, then I will move on to the player movement, make additional assets, hopefully make a range of enemies, so I can hopefully put them into an array and spawn them randomly. So make more challenges. As time goes on, I'll probably add more. And then level manager, collisions and touch up, and then testing. Hopefully leave myself about 2 to 3 weeks for testing. Resource budget, I'll have about 10,000 verts or less. Since it's all geometrical shapes, it'll be very, very simplistic, and it should be able to run on pretty much anything. So about 10 to 20 different objects in total. Each object will have about 2 to 3 textures, a diffuse and an emitter, and they will be about 1024 by 1024 each. Around that. Then the background will be 1920 by 1200 to fit on the Nexus, and I'll hopefully be scaling that depending on the phone resolution. Thanks, and if there's any more questions.
Okay, again, we'll postpone the question.